You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show.
Yes!
No.
Happy
birthday, Christian.
Oh, what a surprise. My music is playing for my birthday.
This is your predictions birthday.
This is my entrance music. But I don't have the belt.
No.
But we do for you.
You guys have, after a great Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, this is what they wanted to play for the opener. Everything's awesome.
Because you're the special.
Oh, I'm the special.
Yep.
Thank you. After a great Elimination Chamber, a great Raw, the network launching, NXT Arrival, we cap off this incredible week with a very good WWE SmackDown. Welcome to SmackDown AfterBuzz. I'm Christian Rosenberg. Not alone. I'm with 2/4 of the predictions champion.
Yes.
First
you
off,
can say half.
Or half of the predictions champion. First off, Miss Kaori, Takee, how are you, my dear?
I'm good.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
I'm glad you're good in the bright pink hat and the pink hair and all that.
You know.
You're very bright today.
Pink.
It's pinkish.
Yes.
It's more pinkish.
And then next to her, Mr. Romore.
In the house.
Yes. So, yeah, if you didn't hear about the Elimination Chamber predictions, Kaori, Rome, Tom, and Kathy all had perfect scores.
Yes.
Which is excellent to consider all four of them got that. I did not. I didn't do. This was probably the worst pay-per-view I ever predicted.
And what
I did
was
terrible.
So funny about that was that you texted us and bragged that there was no way that we could win because we all had the same picks. And then what happened? The Four Horsemen were made.
Just too much thought, Rosie.
I like to get creative. Apparently, for the chamber, I got too creative. That happens. Yeah. It's all right.
Not with many of the pay-per-view predictions.
That's all right. I'll walk out of WrestleMania with the gold.
I give you the swagger, but what else did you miss?
I picked the Usos. Mm-hmm. I picked Rybaxel.
I mean, he got almost all of them
wrong.
He
just went on a run.
I got like the first four matches wrong. It was terrible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes me smile.
All right. Well, you guys are talking about the Four Horsemen. Let's just quickly kind of recap the homework assignment that, Rome, you gave out last week, talking about kind of the Mount Rushmore of wrestling. We got some great answers on YouTube. One of them that kind of stuck out to me, just running LA, put Bruno, Hogan, Austin, and Cena, the only true faces of the WWE. Valid argument. You can't really argue any of these because there's really like 30 or so people you can throw on the Mount Rushmore and be like, oh, okay, that's fine.
And it's your Mount Rushmore.
Right.
Yeah. So it doesn't, you don't have to agree with everybody.
Yeah. So I need to say mine because you guys told yours last week and I wasn't here last week.
I just want to say people on the chat are rubbing it in that you lost to Gabby on Main Event.
Gabby's a sweetheart. I love Gabby. I love that she's learning wrestling more and more, and I'm proud of her accomplishment for getting more right than me for this pay-per-view. It will never happen again, but I'm proud of her for doing it. Anywho, my Mount Rushmore, because then we got to get into SmackDown. I was really thinking, as far as Mount Rushmore, I consider it being pioneers. So Austin is not on my Mount Rushmore. Rock is not on my Mount Rushmore. Undertaker is not on my Mount Rushmore. I have Bruno. Mm-hmm. I have Flair.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that one.
I have Dusty Rhodes.
Okay.
Because of the blue collar, as far as the talking, the first kind of like guy that regular fans could relate to.
That's right, babies.
And I have Fabulous Moolah.
Wow.
Because she was the pioneer of women's wrestling and held the title for like 9,000 years.
She was.
That is my pioneer, like original Mount Rushmore.
Not bad.
So there you go. I knew I'd kind of surprise you with mine.
Not bad. Well, I thought Moolah at a couple of points, but I decided I wanted to go with what was important to me as opposed to the pioneers of everything.
Which is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's anyone's opinion. If I wanted to be like, oh, the ones I enjoy the most, well, that'd be like Brett, Sean, or whoever. But let's get into this week's SmackDown. Helen from Milwaukee, and we start with Batista. And this is the Batista that I wanted from the beginning, that we got tonight. He cuts what I found to be a very good heel promo. I mean, talking about, like, what the hell has happened to this business? What happened to the attitude? You chant the names of 195-pound wannabes. They'll never be me. Deal with it. Thank you.
Yeah. Been waiting on that.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been waiting on that for some time.
Like, where's this been? It's perfect. This is what Batista should be. He continues to kind of go on, like, you think your heroes are as good as me, and like, you try to, relate to them. He looks just like me, so if he can be champion, so can I. Well, you're living a fantasy. Go back to your jobs at Hot Topic and get out of my world.
Do you shop at Hot Topic?
Look at her. She's got to shop at Hot Topic.
Yeah, I know.
I like
you have
Hot
it
Topic
written
stuff.
out.
Why not?
That's why I'm saying.
It's written all over you.
Yeah. They, like, banned me from entering the store.
Really?
Yeah. I wear the rose shirt, and they're like, no.
Dark enough.
I thought you were playing with the bras.
That's at Victoria's Secret.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, they welcome me there
I
for
think
some
I
reason.
would ban you from Victoria's Secret.
Just
Wow,
on
you're making me
GP.
sound like I'm a complete creep right now.
A little bit. I'm just imagining things.
All right.
Did
All
the
right.
creep.
Happy birthday to me. Meanwhile, in the midst of all this, Batista gets interrupted by, of all people, Dolph Ziggler. And I wrote in my notes, interrupted by Ziggler?
Yeah.
Because it's just like, why?
This guy? Yeah.
Why not?
I was happy, but it was just like, all right. And Ziggler gets a mic, which is great. Talks about how he's been away a long time, but you don't tell these people who to cheer for. They get behind who they want. And he reminds Batista that he's a dinosaur. He then challenges Batista to a match later tonight, which Batista accepts. So Batista, this is his first appearance on SmackDown since he's returned. Do you think it brought a good impact to SmackDown?
Oh, fine. Well,
I think so.
yeah, I liked what I saw out of Batista because everything's been flubbed with his reintroduction to the company. Had he been brought in as a complete surprise and not going with this Batista's returning next week, returning next week, and he just showed up at the Rumble at number 25 and won, I don't think people would have as much of a problem as they have with it right now. There would still be some, naysayers and stuff that all the Daniel Bryan people, but it still wouldn't be as bad as it is now.
I don't think it makes a difference whether they were overhyping him or whether he just surprised us. I think it's the fact that he came back as face and it just wasn't playing into the storyline correctly or the way we would want it to. Now that he's kind of being a jerk, it might work out.
Yeah, but now here's the problem. So he's being a jerk. He's turning heel. Well, right now the main event of WrestleMania is heel versus heel.
Yep.
Well, we still have time for something to happen.
We're gonna see.
But yeah, now the question is, how can he get in? Because they're based on Raw. They're trying to hype up Daniel Bryan versus Triple H at WrestleMania. So unless they do a thing where, like, Daniel Bryan Triple H is early on the WrestleMania card, and somehow on the card Triple H mentions, well, if you beat me, you'll be in the main event.
I'm thinking that this thing is being written as they go. I believe almost episode by episode.
Interesting.
It's okay. Well, let's do this on Monday. Okay. Well, let's see how they react to this in this segment, and then the next day they kind of write toward that because they don't want to alienate the fans at all. So you got to do something.
I suspect that there are pretty much some things that are set in stone. But there's a lot of pieces that they still haven't filled out completely yet. That's all.
They got to figure out how to fix what they messed up. That's it. I mean,
what's a good Band-Aid?
Yeah. I mean, they had their plans. Everyone saw what their plans were, but every now and again, the WWE Universe has a way of changing the plans. And that's exactly what happened in this situation. I just hope if they're going to give Daniel Bryan the strap at some point, I hope they do it before the people don't care anymore. Because then they ruin all of, because the WWE is magicians at fixing stuff.
How much time do you think he has left before they stop caring?
That's what I was going to say. I think they've got to do it at WrestleMania.
It has to be Mania.
It has to be Mania.
Yeah. It can't go to SummerSlam again.
Now that's too long.
That's way too long.
Yeah. We shall see. Then we get into some tag team action. Mark Henry teaming with Big E against the Real Americans, continuing the one-upsmanship between Cesaro and Swagger. They're planting those seeds, as I love it when they do. And Swagger has the Patriot Lock locked into Mark Henry, blind tag by Cesaro, and then Cesaro comes in and lifts up Mark Henry for the neutralizer and gets the win for the Real Americans. And I also forgot to mention the fact that he pretty much broke Big E's neck on that super duperplex.
He almost killed him.
Move of the match.
I'm now calling that move the super duperplex.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what else to call it.
He killed his gimmick as being the pound for pound strongest man in the company.
What?
Well, because he couldn't lift Big E up all the way. I mean, to his credit, he lifted him over that.
Yeah.
Wait. Are we talking about the neutralizer?
No.
Okay.
The super duperplex.
Okay. Confused here.
Okay.
From the apron.
Yeah, the neutralizer looked great.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking, neutralizer.
I mean, because he's hit that huge suplex on Dolph, Kofi, Daniel Bryan.
That's under 200.
Cena. He actually hit on Cena,
he did
too.
Do it on Cena. Cena's a good jumper.
Yeah. Big E is like 280 or so.
He's a solid
he's a big man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I ain't mad at him for not getting him all the way up. He shouldn't do that move with guys that big.
No. I'm just happy he got him turned in time.
I'm happy that Big E ended up being fine after that.
DDP was somewhere like, no.
But do you find it interesting that now it's kind of like Swagger tried to one-up Cesaro on Raw, and tonight Cesaro one-up Swagger? Like, are you guys seeing the dissension happening?
I've been seeing it for a while. Yeah.
Really, for a while now?
Yeah.
You're gonna break it down for us.
I've been seeing it ever since I saw Cesaro on Real Americans. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just imagining Cesaro by himself. That's all.
You just want him alone in a dark alley. We get it.
Anywhere.
That's not creepy at all.
Victoria's Secret.
How did we end up here?
I was asking a legitimate question about the storyline.
I'm sorry. I drift away every time Cesaro is in a storyline. Okay. Well, let's go back.
That's the last time we saw Cesaro tonight.
Good. But he did a really good job yesterday.
On NXT Arrival.
Yes, I want to mention that.
Holy crap, NXT.
Yes.
Oh, well, you guys got to check out the NXT AfterBuzz because they broke it all down. But NXT Arrival was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely phenomenal. And that's essentially what a pay-per-view should be, was NXT Arrival.
Well, that's essentially what it was.
It was their version of a pay-per-view, but it was better than most WWE pay-per-views recently. Yeah. As far as the way the whole show was. The NXT AfterBuzz breaks all that down, so make sure you guys check that out. And while I'm at it, just go to iTunes and check out all the other stuff. I'll just do it now.
Okay.
Let's do it now. Rate us 5 stars, subscribe, tell friends about the fact that we do SmackDown, Raw, NXT, Main Event, Total Divas in a few weeks, and any other show that you enjoy watching on TV. More than likely, AfterBuzz does it. So check it out. You can see the full schedule at AfterBuzzTV.com. And, of course, leave us comments, whether it's on our individual Twitter pages or on the YouTube page, and we do respond because we're awesome like that.
See, I let you go through all of that without the interruption.
You did. One day a year. My birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. That was my present
That was your
from
gift.
Kaori. She didn't interrupt me on my iTunes plug.
Okay.
Vicky backstage with Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio's like, hey, you didn't congratulate me after I beat Batista on Raw. And Vicky's like, you're right, I didn't. And I also didn't congratulate Batista when he beat you at Chamber. Oh, snap. Yes. Del Rio's like, well, you know what? Since Batista is already in a match tonight with Ziggler, I should get the night off. Yeah. And then out comes Sheamus, and we're like, hey, I'll fight him. And Vicky's like, okay, that's happening next.
Go on out there, boys.
All right. So for the 874th time in the last year, Alberto Del Rio versus Sheamus.
Are they the new Cena Orton?
I think they tried to make it like that.
I don't know. Please don't. Why just silence every time I talk?
I mean,
we're just listening to you.
Just in the number of times that they've worked, it seems like that. Mm. I mean, obviously they're not, Cena and Orton yet. And we know with the company, when they first showed up, we think they wanted them to be that. But obviously, come on, they're not that.
Yeah. No.
I mean, it takes time.
All right, well, Del Rio and Sheamus happens. Good match. Nothing that really stood out. I mean, decent match. Did what it's supposed to do. Early in the match, Christian comes out looking all dapper. Mm-hmm. And he's joined the commentary because they're apparently continuing this ongoing feud between him and Sheamus. Mm-hmm. Which, hey, build them up. Have them have a good gimmick match for WrestleMania. I can live with that because the two of them work well together.
I think so, too.
Match eventually ends with Christian interfering once Sheamus locks into Cloverleaf, so Sheamus gets a win by DQ, and then for some odd reason Del Rio still gets a bro kick. What does that do to Del Rio?
I think he just does that every time.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, that just buried Del Rio. I don't know.
They've done it before.
Yes, they have. They have. Quick recap of Hulk Hogan being announced as the host of WrestleMania 30. All right.
Yep. All right.
There we go.
Anything?
It should be exciting. No?
We've had this before.
So? Doesn't mean that just because we have this before doesn't mean it can't be exciting now.
He's probably going to, you know what? It makes sense. He'll probably get involved with something with Del Rio since he has nothing planned right now. And somehow throw a couple right hands and a big boot and pose in a ring.
I would be sad if he got in a...
He can't do the leg drop. He can still give a boot.
He can't do the leg drop.
He can probably still do a boot.
He can do a wrecking ball.
He can do a wrecking ball. And thanks for getting that vision in my head. Wow.
Anytime. That's what I'm here for.
The best thing with Hogan right now, though, so they announced he's a host. We should not see him until WrestleMania.
Well, yeah.
It's Foxy says Christian's hand is lighter than his face.
My hand is lighter than my face? I don't understand.
I do.
I'm just completely pale all around. Anyway, I don't know how to finish that.
Happy birthday.
Well, yeah, they did say that.
All right. Then I get super excited because out comes Lana, and she's introducing Alexander Rusev. Yes, we're going to get his SmackDown debut. He's going to dominate. And he walks out and poses and talks, and that's it. Just like the ultimate tease. Why does he come out in his gear?
I can't say anything because the other week I said I'm tired of just seeing him in promos. I'm waiting to see him come out. And I guess I should have said, and have a match.
Yeah. They listen to you. They listen to what you had to say. And they're just like, this is all he wanted.
You needed to be a little more accurate next time.
Yeah, a little bit more specific. That's cool. I know what to do next time.
Then we get just a real quick thing of the Shield, pretty much talking about that it's time to hunt some Wyatts. So the Shield is looking for the Wyatts a little later on.
We hunting Wyatts.
They hunting Wyatts tonight. Ziggler versus Batista. This match was pretty much exactly what I thought it would be.
Sorry, she was talking about Christian on SmackDown, not our Christian.
Oh. Okay.
And I still said I understood it. Okay, you know.
All right.
Happy birthday, retraction. Okay.
Christian Stan, I make Sheamus look black, okay? So, I mean, I'm just...
No, Sheamus is ghastlier than you.
Ghastlier, all right.
Yeah, he's pasty.
Yeah.
He's like Michael Jackson looks at him and goes, damn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's light. Wow.
Ziggler versus Batista, this was pretty much exactly how I thought this match was going to go. Ziggler got a little bit of offense early on. Then Batista actually went for the knee, worked heel in this match, just kind of focusing on that knee. 3 spine busters, kind of just staring at the crowd. Batista bomb. Batista wins.
Yep.
No surprise there.
Sorry, Dolph.
I always feel that way. Sorry, Dolph. You can ziggle wiggle as much as you want.
You got to talk this week?
I don't think he cares anymore.
Yeah. He's getting paid. He's getting his time.
There might be some guys that just kind of run the motions.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hope that that's not the case. And I'm not claiming that that's what Ziggler's doing because I love the guy to death.
He's still doing his job and he's doing it damn good. But yeah. Just don't know. They keep burying him and, making people like me not care.
Yeah.
Now I still care. That's what makes me sad. I still care about Ziggler and where he is going to end up. And I'm pretty sure I know where he's going to end up. And that makes me sad. So I still care. Yeah.
And apparently, not only do I make Sheamus look black, apparently, according to the chat, I make Sheamus look like R-Truth.
R-Truth. Yeah, and that's a dog brother. He's like purple black.
Oh, like Titus.
No, yeah. Titus isn't as dark.
I had to bring him up since he was, Titus.
There was no Titus. What's up, Titus had like the big, like the feud going with Darren, had the pay-per-view match won, and there was no Titus or Darren on Raw and SmackDown. Yeah.
Where you at, son?
They gave him the rest of Black History Month off. Maybe we'll see him in March. Maybe. I don't know. If we see him, then cool.
All right.
But I'm scared.
No, we have to see them. This feud needs to continue and be out there. Fun.
Now we're getting into the Wyatts. We get a little recap of the fact that they injured Cena on Raw. Uncertain about the severity of the knee injury. However, he was at NXT Arrival.
Yeah, the work knee injury.
It would have made sense if we didn't see him on NXT Arrival.
Yeah.
It's real, okay? As long as you don't watch NXT. It's real.
I mean, ugh.
He's going to take some well-deserved time to himself, and then we'll see him at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he'll take a week or two off.
Weasel says Titus and Darren were on main event. Well, there you go.
Well, great, but we want them around SmackDown, too.
That's right, we do.
Yeah.
We want them on the red and blue.
Mm-hmm. The red and blue. All right. I think I got almost the entire Wyatt promo because I loved it so much.
Uh-oh.
I know you guys hate that.
No, it's okay. It's your birthday.
But it's my birthday, so screw you.
Have fun.
Screw you guys. Like cartoons.
Yes! And we got the music and everything. All right. Let me see how I do with this one. It's been a while, so I got to brush the Wyatt rust off.
Just go.
Right.
You think you can do, Bray Wyatt?
Yeah, man. That's Steven in the booth.
Right. What?
I don't know. That was Steven doing a pretty good Wyatt impression.
That was a good one. Now you have competition.
Now I got to top that, which sucks.
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Everything you think you know about your own lives is all based upon lies.
That sucks.
Thank you. Men, you wake up every morning, you go to work, you break your backs trying to earn a little bit of cash so you can buy yourself those fancy suits, buy yourself those sports cars and impress the women. Women, you wake up every morning, you look in the mirror and coat makeup all over your beautiful faces. You're just wearing the mask that society demands you to wear. Bottomless pit of lies. Plaster your hopes and dreams on a billboard. And who is the man on that billboard? He's the man with the plastic smile. He tells you what you want to hear Bray starts singing What a Wonderful World. I say and do everything they're afraid to say and do. I promise you up to my final breath that I will slay the mighty dragon. I will stand over his body and I will whisper into his ear. John Cena, it's time to end this lie.
It's time to end this lie.
Follow the buzzards. Follow the buzzards. Thank you, Steven. Steven does it better than me. I'm screwed.
Yeah. Chat roll, please. Tell us who had the better Wyatt there. Who did the better Bray Wyatt? Was it Rosie who did
that's the worst impression I've ever heard.
Yeah, because it kind of was.
Happy birthday, though.
You're on iTunes.
Someone wants
you better be going down.
Someone wants a Johnny LaQuasto versus Christian Rosenberg versus Steven Wyatt off.
That would be good.
Yeah. I'm down for the triple threat Wyatt off. I can step up.
Wyatt off?
Okay.
I still got my Wyatt costume from Halloween. I'll bring it out.
You're gonna need it.
I'm gonna need help. It's been a while. It was rusty. Whatever. All right. Wyatts are interrupted then by the Shield.
I've got some bad news.
He wasn't on this week.
Your Wyatt impersonation loses.
That's nice.
There was no Barrett this week. His podium is still broken from the pay-per-view and has not shown up since.
I'm here too, guys. Oh, wait, no, I'm not.
Punk's here or no?
Punk's here too?
Steven's just having a ball now.
No, he's not here. Yeah.
They're all here for my birthday. It's so cool.
That UFC thing he was at the other day.
Oh, yeah. And someone says, sorry, Christian, but Steven has you beat big time. Yeah, I know. Shut up.
Going heel on your birthday.
He'll turn on the birthday. Yeah. Why not?
He's always been heel to me.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. Shield interrupts them, and they're getting ready to fight the Wyatts. And then they're interrupted by Triple H. Triple H pretty much like, enough, this is not going to happen now. I have too much time and money invested in all 6 of you. This is scheduled for Raw. So apparently we're having a 6-man rematch from the Elimination Chamber this Monday night on Raw. So Triple H asks the Shield to stand down. And Bray looks at them and be like, hey, you heard Daddy. Oh, snap.
If it looks anything like the EC's pay-per-views match, anything like it, even a small snip of it, it'll be good.
Do you think this will be the night that Ambrose finally does the turn?
I don't think Ambrose is going to do the turn. I think,
Well, I mean, turn on Reigns.
Okay.
Well, no, I wasn't saying Ambrose turned face. He ain't.
Yeah,
he'll never be a face.
That's what I was like. I don't think that's happening, but I don't know. I think it's possible. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It might.
It's hard.
It could. I'm not sure. Because I don't know when they've teased it.
Well, they've teased it, and they're still like, making this feud between the Shield and Wyatts continue, yet you have Bray and Cena at Mania. So something's got to give. There's got to be a way for somehow this feud ends.
Yeah. But the question is, how long do they plan on using them together?
That's the question.
Yeah. So that's why I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens on Raw in that 6-man tag.
The test started, I believe, when they put Reigns and Bray in the ring by themselves to see what would happen.
And they did a great job.
Yeah, they did a great job. The crowd wasn't into it as much as I thought they should have been.
I thought they were into it.
They were watching.
They were expecting something to happen.
They were waiting. You could almost tell.
Yeah.
Like, toward the end, they really got involved because they realized, oh, well, you know.
By the way, Raw's in Chicago this Monday.
And Punk was in Vegas last week. He's not going to be there, dude.
Well, I'm not saying he's going to be there. I'm just curious because Chicago is arguably...
Chicago's a great city.
Arguably the craziest crowd, or like top 3 craziest
I was about to say,
WWE crowds.
Philly has a couple of words.
Philly's got them too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got Philly, you got Chicago, and then probably New York.
You can't discount New York, and definitely you can't discount our friends across the pond.
Right. I should have said the 3 biggest in America.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm really curious to see how the crowd is going to act as far as, because you've had all the Punk chants for weeks now.
Yeah.
And now we're going to Chicago.
In the chat, mentioned Dean thinks he's hot shizzle. I was going to say that S word, but anyways, Dean thinks he's hot shizzle because he has been the U.S. champ for 9 months. That's right. He's been the U.S. champ for 9 months.
And defended it 3 times.
I mean, my goodness, what is happening?
No.
He doesn't even come out with it anymore.
Yeah, he does.
Does he?
He just has it around his waist and then he doesn't like hold it in the ring or anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how unnoticeable
it's just
become.
it's a prop now.
Yeah.
Yeah. AJ versus Cameron. We actually had some technical issues here because we were in the middle of a rainstorm and DirecTV kind of crapped out on us for about 10 minutes. But we tried to find the match online, and whenever you have a title match that's listed at 3.5 minutes long,
yeah, pretty much know who.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Tamina got kicked out, and AJ locked in the Black Widow for the win. Those are really all the notes I had because we really honestly didn't have too much.
I think that's all you needed to
really
say.
Good. Yeah.
Not much else.
No. So yeah, that happened.
It did.
Recap of Lesnar and The Undertaker from Raw.
By the way, you're losing Rosebuds.
Am I losing Rosebuds right now? Why? What's that?
Because you told someone to shut up. They all,
Oh, all right.
And it means nothing to you.
He'll come back.
They are withering.
They all come back.
They just joined the army.
They can join the army too, but spring is upon us and the garden is going to blossom.
I think it's going to be scorched.
Well, not with this downpour we're having here right now. So the streak will be on the line of WrestleMania, and the man going for it is Brock Lesnar, the man who wanted to cement the legacy, conquer anything that comes in his way. Now he has a chance to conquer probably the one thing at WrestleMania that's more coveted than the title.
Yeah. Is it bad that this is the only match on the WrestleMania card that I'm remotely interested in at this moment? I know they have a long time to build it up.
I'm interested. Yeah. I'm interested in Cena and Bray.
Cena and Bray, I'm kind of interested in because it could go either way. Mm-hmm. But as far as just attention grabbing, it's Brock and Taker simply because those two different styles. Undertaker's 50?
48, I believe.
48 years old with 10 years of injuries chasing him into this match. And he's going in there with the legitimate UFC former champion.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good fight. Because it's not going to be a lot of... there'll be wrestling, but there won't be a lot of wrestling.
I'm sure somewhere along the lines it's going to turn into Street Fight or no DQ rules or something along those lines. Obviously, we're several weeks away from having to predict it, but give a percentage chance of what you think right now the streak would end.
A percentage chance?
Yeah, percent. I'm still saying 0%.
That's tough.
Yeah,
I'm still saying 0%.
0.5.
I give it 5%.
You're going a whole number.
Wow.
Yeah, I just want to be different.
All right.
I'm going to get all these nasty comments. How dare she say 5%?
How dare she give Undertaker only a 95% chance of winning his match. How dare you?
Dare she?
Then we get the panel that we were having for the SmackDown pre- and post-show that are now available on WWE Network, which you should check out after you listen to ours, of course. And this panel for SmackDown this week was Josh Matthews, Booker T, Big Show, and Alex Riley.
At least Alex got a job, man. I'm happy to see him.
Alex Riley is actually a pretty good commentator.
Yeah.
He does it on NXT. I know once in a while he shows up on Main Event too. So, I mean, I'm enjoying Alex Riley as a commentator. But again, it goes to my argument. If he's done wrestling, fine. Let him be a commentator. If he's still wrestling, don't have him as a commentator.
There's a good question in the chat, off topic. Do you guys think they ran the course with AJ Lee, everything they could do with her as WWE Divas champion? Because I was going to say I'm kind of intrigued by the WrestleMania.
I don't think they've run the course yet because she hasn't completed the Total Divas Gauntlet yet. Because you could have kind of throw that story in him. Mm-hmm. And then you still have Tamina. You still have that whole issue.
Sure.
I'm wondering if they're even going to go there with Tamina. I'm wondering.
They were really teasing it bad at Chamber.
Yeah. They've teased it, but they are only teasing it because of what happened to Naomi.
Well, yeah. It's kind of like Plan B since Naomi's hurt.
Yeah.
And if they don't think they can get if Naomi isn't back enough to build a title match in time for Mania, Tamina makes sense.
Yeah. She was next.
I think Tamina makes more sense than Naomi.
I'm just starting to feel that it's all too predictable that she keeps retaining the belt for me. So for me, yeah, she might have run her course. I feel that she's going to lose it at WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, I think she's going to lose it at WrestleMania, but the mystique is kind of off of it now because there's no more pipe bombs to drop.
Yep.
There's no more killer promos to cut on the Total Divas. And now she's run through the majority of them. There are only a few left, and the one that I had been waiting. I mean, if it wasn't going to be Natty, we knew it was going to be Naomi. Mm-hmm. And the fact that match got taken away from us before it was supposed to happen due to injury, and unfortunately, she had to have eye surgery and everything. But at the same time, the second, I guess, the Plan B is just not as interesting. So that's why people are starting to wonder.
Well, and you were talking about how, it makes sense for her to lose the title at Mania. Here's the thing. We can say that about all the champions. It makes sense for them to lose the title at Mania.
Yeah, because it's Mania.
Not all of them are going to lose the titles at Mania.
No.
Someone, at least one, is going to retain. And then the question is going to be who?
Dean Ambrose is going to retain.
Ambrose, Big E, Outlaws, Orton, AJ.
Ambrose.
At least one of them's retaining.
Is Ambrose even going to defend?
We'll wait and see. Main event time of SmackDown 6-man tag. The Usos and Daniel Bryan against New Age Outlaws and Kane, a.k.a. 2014 versus 1999. And sorry.
Someone laughed.
I had to.
He laughed.
I laughed on my own.
Slow clap.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
And Steven saves it.
Oh,
it's alright, he doesn't have a belt on his shoulder now.
I can still pose, damn it.
It's over here. It's over
No
here.
sunglasses either?
I left them in my car.
No sunglasses.
It's pouring rain. I don't bring sunglasses.
But I thought that you always had your sunglasses. You're the leader of the Rosebud Nation.
I am, but it's very cloudy right now, so there's no sun.
That means there's going to be a lot of growth
Yeah.
because of all the rain.
Yeah. Hey, that's a great birthday present. If you're not following me on Twitter yet, do it.
At least
that's a good birthday
somewhere.
present.
Follow me too.
Nah.
That was cute. She was like, follow me too.
All right. 6-man tag match. Pretty much exactly what we expected. Fun match. I thought the Daniel Bryan Kane thing was over because they were trying to set up Daniel Bryan and Triple H, but apparently not. Usos, Outlaws still continuing their thing. That's going to go into Mania. Usos jumped over the top rope. Billy Gunn hit the Famouser on Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan treated the Famouser like it was Dolph Ziggler delivering the Famouser and kicked out. And then he hit the running knee on Billy Gunn for the win. And SmackDown ends with Daniel Bryan and the Usos celebrating.
Yeah.
Mood.
Match of the night. What do you got?
Wyatt promo. What?
I was thinking that.
Wyatt promo.
Yeah, nothing really outshone anything for me.
I'm gonna give it to an actual match.
Okay.
And I'll go Mark Henry, Big E versus the Real Americans. But that one's probably the best, the best match of the night.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to get hated on because Cesaro's in it.
Well, no matter, Cesaro could be in a 30-second squash match and you pick a match of the night.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's 95% true.
The other 5% thinks Brock Lesnar is going to win at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
Sad. Well, as long as I get to see the Usos fly in and a Wyatt promo, I'm good.
Yeah, and that's what we got, and that's the end of. And the Wyatt's music is playing again. All right,
You don't have any braids?
This might just be outro music.
Yeah. See,
it's the outro music tonight. Okay, cool. I'll roll with it.
Can you close the show? Ask Bray Wyatt. Challenge. It's on the table right now.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Steven. Go ahead. I'm jobbing to Steven right now.
You are.
There are many shows you can see on the AfterBuzz TV network. We're glad you chose this one. I don't know what you're gonna do tomorrow.
Wow, good job.
You've been listening
Christian
to us too much.
Rosenberg.
Yes, Bray.
Christian Rosenberg can be found on Twitter at CRosyVOC.
This is true.
Then you can also find Kaori, Takee, other places.
AKA, I don't remember your Twitter. Kaorious is Kaorious.
Kaorious, yes.
Glorious.
And Rome is at Rome the Ruler. But before we go, this box has been in front of me this entire night. I have not seen what's inside this.
It's nothing but cakes.
It's from Nothing Bundt Cakes.
You don't get cake, you get bunt cakes.
Okay.
And let me make sure I can open this.
So apparently Cora was kind enough to bring a cake.
No, it's bunt cakes.
It's Bundt Cakes.
The D is silent.
See?
Oh, they look like cupcakes.
No, they're bunt cakes.
What is a Bundt Cake?
If you don't know what a bunt cake is, you've been missing out, my friend.
Apparently I've been missing out.
Who questions a birthday gift?
No, I'm not questioning. I'm just asking what it was. It looks great.
Okay, just take one and show the camera.
All right, let me grab one of these chocolate Bundt Cakes here.
See?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Chocolate one.
It looks pretty delicious.
I like chocolate.
And there's a hole in the middle.
Like it's chocolate.
There's a hole in the middle just the way you would like it.
It's chocolate and it's got a hole in the middle.
On that note,
with a little bit of white cream.
I had to make one of those comments.
We gotta go to an adult establishment tonight.
Can we get this pixelated?
Local water.
Am I holding something very inappropriate right now? What the hell just happened?
Take us out, Bray.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in this week, and we'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.